Welcome back, everyone. Found a sovereign citizen in New South Wales, where the New South Wales officer rips off a sovereign citizen's car window with his bare hands. Let's watch.
Police officers in Coffs Harbour have smashed a woman's car window. Have a look at this. They dragged her out of the vehicle after she refused to comply with an officer's request. The woman and her male passenger argued they were not in the officer's jurisdiction and were not driving but rather travelling in the area.
You guys don't even know what yous are on about.
I need your most senior on duty.
You don't have any jurisdiction on this land.
The cops don't prove their jurisdiction because you're in New South Wales, stupid.
Oh, look out. You're under arrest. You absolutely
That's a good window smash. I have to play that again.
don't have any jurisdiction on this land. Oh, look out. You're under arrest. You're a freak. Yep. Yeah, man, I would love to just get you one-on-one.
Okay, so New South Wales police say the 52-year-old woman allegedly had 2 outstanding arrest warrants. She was charged with refusing to provide officers with her details and refusing to undergo a breath test plus other charges. For more, I'm joined by a former New South Wales magistrate and Dean of Law at Southern Cross University, David Halpern. David, good morning to you. You've dealt with a lot of these kinds of people before the courts before. They're called sovereign citizens. What's their belief?
I'm curious to see what he knows about these sovereign citizens. He looks like a pretty good guy who knows about them. Let's watch.
Look, their core belief were established in that video, that they are sovereign citizens, that they're not subject to the laws that the rest of us are subject to, that the Queen's not the Queen, that police aren't really legitimate police and that courts aren't legitimate courts, and that somehow by way of a contract or otherwise they have separated themselves completely from the laws of the land.
It's concerning, isn't it? It's believed the killers who shot dead 2 police officers and a civilian last month in regional Queensland frequented conspiracy websites and also had this sovereign citizen view. Do you think there's been an increase in this kind of thinking? And how dangerous can it be?
I would say this is why FBI labels sovereign citizens as domestic terrorists. Because of stuff like that.
But there's a spectrum. At one end, there's those who just want to challenge the law and raise old common law doctrines and issues, and that's a positive thing. I think challenging the law is important and sensible, and it's how laws change. But at the other end of the spectrum is the hardcore believers in sovereign citizenship or pseudo-law, where they don't see themselves at all as bound by the law. They see the law as having absolutely no authority. And the hard edge is a dangerous edge. The Oklahoma bomber was a straw man sovereign citizen in the United States.
Yeah, that's why the FBI gave the domestic terrorist label.
Have been people charged, I know, in various rural areas of New South Wales with a variety of serious threatening and offences, and are in jail now for the threats that sometimes accompany this. And in that video, I think we saw it pretty clearly that the police officer said quite a few times, I want your licence, I'll break the window if you don't, and there it goes.
It seems obvious, doesn't it, why she wanted to stay in the car. Has there been any...
Yeah, because she rather travel to the Great Wall Hotel instead of giving her license. That's what sovereign citizens seem to always want to do.
Any success of these so-called sovereign citizens fighting their claims in court?
Well, despite what the websites say and despite what some people who follow this pseudo-law sovereign citizenship say, there has not been a single successful case in any jurisdiction throughout Australia. It's obvious when you think about it for a second that you can't just remove yourself from the law by some sort of putting your names in capital or declaring yourself a sovereign.
I think it's from Sunrise YouTube channel, if I'm not correct, or 7 News of Australia, 7 News.
Citizen. It just simply is, it's gobbledygook. And the courts have treated it as such time after time. But it doesn't stop the adherents, particularly in traffic matters, from making these pretty bizarre claims.
Well, nice to know it hasn't been successful so far. David, thanks for joining us.
That might be in the video. It's from 7 News Australia. Link to the video on channel will be in the description below. Enjoy the video, everyone.